if you would like to see how this gorgeous set of pages come together in my daily journal, stay tuned. Hello everybody, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. Let's just start by lighting that candle. And I do have the candle sitting on the side, but just thought I would start here. And if you do not know, this is my daily journal. And I come and do weeks at a time so that I can have these ready as the weeks roll by. So I had this set for the National Sticker Day, and I'm filming this even before the actual sticker day is upon us. So I have these two sticker books, and I have these two collections from Live, Love, Posh, and one is from the Winter Allure and the other is from the Winter Elements, I believe. Yeah, you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off at Live, Love, Posh. Just sharing that. And this one, I think because of the ornaments and some of the Christmassy elements still in there, I think this will be the last chance because some of us at least have the Christmas tree still up. And it does have that wintry vibe, but the one on the right is entirely in the winter. So this is from the Winter Allure, and I really wanted to use one of these. So I'm going with this because that will be coming, the other collection will be coming later before the winter's over. And as you can see, it has the quotes, the boxes, multiple collections in the sticker book. This was something I had picked up earlier in the year in 2024. And these must-have tools. If you have seen me work with them, you know I love to keep them handy, and some washi tapes. All of them are from Live, Love, Posh. So this would primarily be entirely Live, Love, Posh stickers and washi tapes. So that clip, that lady, the antique lady hand is from Journal Say, and you can use my code Priya for 8% off at Journal Say. All the shops and codes I'm mentioning are down in the description. And the journal is from Archer and Olive. And my code Priya10 works there as well. And Archer and Olive is having their Valentine's box. And it comes out on Jan 8th. I'll have all the details in the description. I'm not sure of more details than that. Please find all that information down in the description. So I just have a couple of ornaments thrown in. And I'm trying to make sure I have a bit more writing space this time. Not that I run out of space, because usually I keep one extra page. I usually count 8 pages for a week. So I will have the flexibility of an extra page, because as we know, it's only 7 days in a week. And you can see the gyro cut doing its job. And this is another tool I've really loved. I played around with it. If you have seen me do that, you will see how, you will have seen, in fact, how I love bringing this in. And it is really great with all the curved edges and shapes and all that. It's not so much with the straight lines. So that is why I have the scissors for the straight edges. And I want to bring some layering components again, because if you saw my last collection from the Winter Allure that I used, it was a winter camping one, and it was one of my absolute favorite color palettes. And now with this page, I'm coming in with this indoor looking out the window kind of look with the elements, that a teapot and the teacups and that scene that you see from outside the window. So that would be the look I'm going for. But again, you will see how I layer all the small components. I try to bring in that interest with each page. If you have been following me for a while, you know how I love that. And if you are not, welcome to my creative world. I know there are lots of new followers, especially around this time. All of us have that full group of new folks discovering the planning and journaling communities, and we have a lot of new folks coming in. So I'm so grateful for the ever growing community in my YouTube family, and I really appreciate every single one of you who take your time off your busy days to watch me, leave me a comment, ask me questions. And if you do have any questions at any point about any of the things that I'm doing or any of the products I'm using, feel free to leave them down below or leave them in a DM. I will have my Instagram handle also down in the description. It's a lovely community to hang out with, and I'm usually quite responsive with the messages. So please leave them here or on my IG. Anywhere I do respond to all the messages. And you see what I'm getting at. But now I think I want a bit of that teapot to be visible more. So I will be coming and adding that adjustment, but you will see how even if I had cut that page off, I will still make it work because of the symmetrical elements that I like to bring in. So you will see what I'm doing once I do the symmetrical side. On to the next one. And this is, again, I'm trying to make sure I can work with those symmetrical features. And you can leave it as such on just on one side, but I personally like to see something even when I turn the page. So I wanted to bring the snowflake, but then with that straight edge, you will see how I change my mind, and the ornaments are again coming in. So these washi tapes again are part of the bundle, and Live Love Posh has all these bundles when it comes to color coordinated ones. You have the primary one, you have the pastels one, you have different combos that they have in the store. And my code does not work on the Posh boxes, but for everything else, you can use the code. So again, I'm using that snow globe just so that I can center it, and it looks prettier that way. So that is the next page all laid out. And now to do that cutting. And this would be the last layering page on the right side. And the reason I do the vertical elements like so, I do them horizontally as well. But the thing is, because this is a B5 journal, just FYI, and because of the way it is aligned, I think even when I make these Dutch doors and cut off some parts of the page, I still will have the writing spaces for each of those. So that is the reason I stick to these, because I think the other way, when I cut it horizontally, I lose a lot of the writing space. So on to layering some of the elements that we have. And some things are really easy, but for some you will see how I struggle because it's not exactly symmetrical. And I love when I can bring in the printable stickers because I get to choose the orientation of all those. And with the printables, I share how you can do that. I have a tutorial on how you can print and cut stickers, and that I show you exactly how you can do it and how simple it is. because it makes a world of difference when you can play around with the sizes and the orientation, all that fun stuff, which are amazing with printables. So this is the next page all done. You see how I stuck the sticker back to back with that deer, because you remember we had left that sticking off the page when we had cut it first. But I don't think it is that much of a problem now, especially now. See, it's nice and cute. And for this page, that green washi was really throwing me off. I wanted to bring that green from the pine leaves, but that was really, really throwing me off. So you will see how I test this out on the side, this washi tape again, which of these is to be decided. So I tested a couple of them and I'm going with this. And I think this brings a nice balance to the whole spread with that black. So I'm going to replace this with the same washi on the other side. So that's again something I like to do, because I don't like the same washi on adjacent pages either, for some of the added interest and beauty. So just trimming off around that sticker. And see how easy these Dutch doors come together. And you think it takes forever, but no. I've been really enjoying this process myself. So if you can see, I have been really using these journals as well, because I come and write. I write fairly big, so I have to have some decent amount of space. So that is why I went for the B5. A5 is the most popular size in journals, but yeah, it's just too small for me. But I do have more journals in my lineup. I have the full lineup revealed, and then the setups are all coming back to back. The blackout journal setup should be out by the time this video is up. I will link that video as well. So you see how I fixed that symmetry issue with that sticker, and I'm using the washi again for the symmetrical page. And yes, so just a couple more trimming to be done before we get on to the finishing touches, which are the boxes and quotes. And let me know how you like my whole process and how you like my style of doing the setups, because everyone is different. I know some people are like, yeah, this is way too much, I can't, this is just not for me. Let me know, I would really love to know. And now to round the corners before I come and fix the last page and the first page, because we need, this can't be just the 4 doors, right? There needs to be something to look forward to. So the gyro cut part is done. And now let's try and layer those elements. Yeah, the sticker just jumps off from the tweezer sometimes, and it lands being crooked. So there were 4 pages, all of it was on clear. And I personally, if you ask me, a lot of people keep asking me, if you add layers and layers like these, would you not end up with a super bulky journal? But I think from the beginning, I figured it out myself. And I'm so glad I did, because I limit myself to clear stickers. I mean, even if there are paper stickers from the sticker books, it is usually very minimal. And with the clear stickers, I think that it is thinner comparatively. And when it comes to printables, my sticker paper is like super thin. Super thin. So with all of that, from my experience, I can say that you can have your journals well used and still not have them bulk up as much as others would think. And you see many other journals like quite chunky, and I can't do that because it is my writing space and I cannot handle such a bulky look. And yeah, that's just not for me. So the journal should be practical. So it is just not for me. So what I like to do is make sure that even if, again, the scrapbook paper is something I get asked a lot. So even with the scrapbook paper, I make sure that I really get the thin ones, the super thin ones. I mean, there are really thick cardstock, the lightweight, the medium weight, and the heavyweight, all such categories. So I make sure that I pick the lightest. And first of all, I don't really use much of the scrapbook paper anyway in my journals because I know it adds bulk. And look at all these super fun quotes. So I was just trying to make sure that I can fit them in the space available, but then the author's name was getting hidden. So there it goes, right in the front. And we do have some smaller quotes and cute elements that we can pull from. So that's a decoration. That's a bullet point checklist, right? That's a checklist which I'm using as a washi strip. So on to boxes now. And I also went ahead and got this older sticker book from Live Love Posh. And if you do not know, my collection from Live Love Posh has been a growing one from the past couple of years. So I think from the time they were in business, I think I was, and I have been a very loyal customer. Sometimes I don't quite buy them right away because they don't ship to the country where I live in. So I have to figure out the logistics before I make the purchase. So sometimes I would have to wait and then figure it out. So you see that clip is really handy holding the pages down. So this one is quite cute, and that's an antique lady arm. I have all the items I'm using linked, including the washi cutter that you saw. I get asked about that quite often. So the washi cutter is also from Live Love Posh. And you see how perfect these quotes are, especially for near the mug, toasty mugs and frosty mornings. How perfect can any quote get? So just bringing some clusters and trying to make sure I have that off my working area. So just trying to layer some of the elements. Sometimes I leave the boxes just as they are, and sometimes I come and add clusters and quotes and more cute elements. Yeah, that winter mode is crooked. I'm seeing this only now. And yeah, let me know how you like this setup and what your favorite season is. Because mine is winter. So you can see how all that love is just pouring out. Can you not? So just let me know in the comments. And also let me know what your favorite sticker book from Live Love Posh is. There are so many to choose from. And what was your last sticker book you picked up? That would also be a very interesting discussion topic. So on to the last page now, and after this we should be done. And if you like today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel and turning on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of my future content, and make sure you hit that all option. And please come follow me on Instagram. It's a lovely community. And we have lots of new folks coming in, especially as the start of the year is rolling by. And do you see that ornament rolling away? Yeah, so please come hang out there, and I'll have all the details down in the description. And please find all the shops and codes and links and all the tools and products I'm using, all of that down in the description. So it does earn me a small commission at absolutely no cost to you if you decide to shop through those links and codes. And I would really appreciate your support. It lets me get more stuff to share with all of you and take you along in the creative journey. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you check out all the other videos I mentioned. And that's one last coat, and looks like it will need some surgery. So let's cut it into 3 parts and put them down depending on the space we have. So I think that will be the last sticker I add, and I will come and add a couple of lines to hang the wreath and the ornament using the washi cutter, which is perfect size, and that should be the last step. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.